Hey everyone, welcome to Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you the easiest way to create a yummy tartar sauce that you can make at home and diss buying any other store-bought tartar sauce ever. Because this recipe is easy, it's quick, it's flavorful, and sweet and spicy. So let's get started. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Kitchen. My name is Sonya Paz and I am excited that you're here and you're checking out my recipes today. Now, I wanted to say before we get started, I have some acknowledgements. If you don't want to hear the acknowledgements, then you can probably speed up about a minute or two. But you're going to want to hear this because your name may be mentioned here on this list. So, over the last month, I've gained not only more YouTube subscribers and listeners and fans and thumbs up and all that, but I've taken the product on the road, have been to some farmers markets, have gone out to a national gift basket convention where I met so many amazing people, so many amazing mentors, other foodies in the food industry, distributors, teachers, organizers, and buyers alike, and gift owners and small business representatives and small business entrepreneurs. So it has been a whirlwind of excitement over the last, probably about the last week or so. So I can't, there's no easy way to say this or no humble way to say this other than thank you to everyone who has purchased some of the Sonya's Sweet and Spicy as part of your, not only for your gift retail line or for your corporate gift giving or what have you got going on in your amazing businesses, but we're in about 17 retailers right now, and I'm just gonna read off who these people are. Now, one of our first retailers out there was Sean Parola with All the Buzz Gifts. Sean's great, she was at the convention, she and I spent a lot of time together this past week. It was great. A lot of sleepless nights, but a lot of laughter as well. So, hey Sean. And Tony and Alba's in San Jose, they have been one of the first retailers that have carried Sonya's Sweet and Spicy. The Garlic Shop in Gilroy, which is connected to Rappazzini Winery, they're carrying it. I've got just landed some space over at Zanato's in San Jose on Nagley. They are starting to carry the jalapenos, and I am actually going to be there next week on the 20th for an in-store tasting from about 11 to 1, and that should be fun because I love to show people the product and talk about it and let them know, you know, this is just not some run-of-the-mill pickle. This is not just some plain and boring relish. This is a food experience. So, you know, you foodies know how that rolls. So I'll be at Zanato's in San Jose on the 20th from 11 to 1. Then we're in Hollister at Casa di Fruta. And that, if anyone knows, Central Valley, kind of between Gilroy, Hollister, between Los Banos and Gilroy, you cannot get there unless you pass Casa di Fruta. And it is amazing. They have a restaurant there. They have a huge farmer store, general store of everything from produce to nuts, any kind of nut that you want. Pickle products, jams, jellies, fruits, jalapenos. Now they're carrying Sonya's Sweet and Spicy, and so that is very exciting, and you know, big little kudos for that. One of our retailers that I have been with on the artistic front is the San Jose Airport, and they have been carrying the product since about April, and they're doing really well over there. So you can, for travelers coming in or travelers going out, they're sure to see the product there and take home a little flavor of California in the Discover San Jose store over at the airport. And then in Livermore, you can hit us up at the Olive Oil Pantry. Arnie and his amazing crew over there are pushing the product, they're loving it, and they're having a good time. So they've reordered. I think most everybody has reordered at this point. But I've got some new retailers here that we've picked up. Leanne Medard of the Basket Case in Orlando, Florida. I met her at the National Gift Basket Convention, and big giant hello to Leanne. She is a sparkle of sunshine from Florida, so thank you so much. Mitra with the San Francisco gift baskets. She's over on 2 Embarcadero Center on Clay Street in San Francisco. Sharon Cabrera with Baskitude. Now, anytime a business ends with the word "tude," you are big giant kudos in my book. So, Baskitude gift baskets. That is Shannon, and she's in Peoria, Arizona. Nancy Creed with the orange bandana. She is in Christiansburg, Virginia, and one of our first people to be carrying the product in Virginia. So I'm very, very excited. Tammy Frazier with Gifts Online to Go, or Gifts to Go, in Surprise, Arizona. And she was so excited that she met me at the end of the show and basically hand carried a case right to her store, because she's doing a tasting coming up here in the next few days. So make sure that you check her out. We've got Chris Newland, I'm sorry, I don't have my readers on, with Polished Industries, and she does an amazing job because she has, she takes people who are just getting back into the workforce and gives them a job. And so, you know, big kudos to her for not only creating amazing products, but being able to give back to the community and provide a service there. Deborah with Silco. Oh my God, can I give Deborah a huge, huge, huge hug to being an amazing cheerleader for me at the National Gift Basket Convention last week. She and I spoke on the phone when I decided to actually sign up for the show, and she's great. She is a little sparkle of sunshine and always optimistic and such a great mentor and cheerleader for everybody. Always willing to lend a hand on answering questions to people in small business on how they, how to get started and how to really work and craft their business into something successful. So big, giant kudos to Deborah. And I'm a shout out to Claudia Johnson. She and Deborah did a coffee talk one of the mornings there, and they had a crazy amount of attendance there of people wanting to learn to hear from the experts. So providing that for everyone at the show was truly a benefit. I also have Kathleen Starkey with Ms. Ladybug's Gifts. She is delightful, and she is in Eugene, Oregon, and she was really excited to get going on the product. And if you're up in the Eugene area, hey, check it out. Rosemary Behiner with Simply Unique Baskets by R. Now, that's what Rosemary goes by, is R. She is in Montague, New Jersey, and I think she was one of the last orders that I ended up writing up at the show, and she indeed is a kick. Everybody there was a kick. Really fun. And that's pretty much it. So we've got about almost 20 new retailers. Now, on the website, if you go up under retailers, we incorporated a new map and a pinpoint. All you got to do is look for an area where you are near and plug in your zip code or city and state, and you will get a directory with a little pinpoint. You'll look for the little bouncing pins on places near you. You can adjust to 50, 100 miles, 25 miles, and adjust it accordingly to find out if there is a retailer in your area. So that is also a new feature, and everybody on this list is actually on the is already incorporated online on the website. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you this amazing tartar sauce that is quick and easy. And I'm just going to delve right into this because I know that we had some announcements. But I want to make sure, as somebody that's not only on YouTube, but as a professional person providing a service, providing recipes, providing know-how to folks like yourself that can do simple recipes, I want to make sure that you kind of know where we are in the growth of the company and how we are really expanding into all these different retailers. And I'm listening. I am listening to hear what it is that you would like to hear and what you would like to have as far as recipes. So if you remember a few weeks back, we made, oh gosh, it was a halibut. And I didn't have time to do the halibut. We did a glaze of the Sonya Sweet and Spicy juice on the halibut, but I didn't have really a lot of time to make or show you how to make the tartar sauce that goes along with that. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started here with some basic ingredients. I think most of you have this in your pantries. If not, it is something you might be able to substitute, but you know, get creative. So I have my empty bowl where we're going to mix. I got my cutting board, and I already started to chop up some of the Sonya's sweet and spicy jalapenos. As you know, these jalapenos come in these big, beautiful slices. And for this tartar sauce, you don't need the big slices. So we're going to kind of chop them up a little fine, not, you know, nothing too fine that it's mushy, and nothing too coarse, because you want to have a flavor in every bite. So we have 1 cup of mayonnaise, and God, can I tell you, don't buy store-bought mayonnaise. I mean, don't buy store-brand mayonnaise. I am a huge, I gotta have my Best Foods, and Best Foods is my favorite. It takes me back to childhood. I know a lot of people don't like mayonnaise. You might be able to substitute some mayonnaise with some sour cream, but for this recipe, I'm using only mayonnaise and not Miracle Whip, and not some light mayonnaise. And we did get a mayonnaise that I actually, from Best Foods, I wasn't fond of, and that was the olive oil. I think that mayonnaise is good for some recipes, but for the standard sandwich type of thing, and recipes like this where you actually need to have some body, you know, within your mayonnaise, I just go Best Foods. So also have some ground Dijon mustard, which we're going to add about a tablespoon. I have lemon juice. I know you can't see it, and that is about a half a teaspoon of lemon juice. You can do lemon juice from the pre-store, from the pre-purchased kind that you get, that you keep in the refrigerator, or go ahead and just squeeze about half of a lemon. And in this little container here, I don't know if you can see that, we've got about a 1/4 teaspoon of ground mustard. Even though we're adding mustard, I'm still adding that. I've got a little bit of dill seed, just about a 1/4 teaspoon. I have ground onion powder with a little bit of garlic powder, just kind of mixed in there, and some black pepper. So this is just all kind of mixed in here. And of course the jalapenos. Now, while I'm talking to you, I'm just going to finish chopping these up, because you can just see how I kind of get these going. It's not a lot of prep. This is the only real prep that you have to do, unless of course you're going to be having the lemon. If you're going to be squeezing that, then I guess you can call that prep. But I'm going to do this seeds and all, and have this in some nice chunks. And I don't go super crazy. Some of these recipes that I've done, especially for the salsas, those are going to be a lot more ground up and chopped up and stuff like that. So I pretty much like the way this is. If you can see, this is, whoa, don't want to drip that all over the counter, but oh well. As you can see, this isn't horribly chopped up, but it's nice. It's nice little diced. I like to refer to some of these as little gems, because they look like little gems. So I'm not going to put this in any bowl right now, but what I am going to do is I'm going to just start grabbing all my ingredients. I always like to start off with the beefiest of the ingredients, and that would be the mayonnaise. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this in this bowl. And got this going. I'm going to add my lemon juice, just a little bit. Lemon juice just kind of helps with having a little bit of a slight little tart in there. Maybe it should be called TarTar Sauce, but that's okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my ground Dijon mustard. At this point, I'm going to take these wet ingredients. I'm just going to do a nice little mix. It shouldn't be too watery. In fact, on my jalapenos, before I took them out of the jar, I made sure that I kind of just got those not holding up a lot of water. So, all right, I'm gonna throw in my dry ingredients just like this. And if you could see this colors, this looks beautiful. Look at that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just add that in. This is just gonna add a little bit of a texture, some flavors. I like the way that things look. Now, I know a lot of you might be saying, where are the capers? Well, personally, I don't like capers. I don't like them, I don't understand them. Capers and I, we don't see eye to eye, we don't get along. But that is okay, because the final and masterful ingredient on this recipe is jalapenos. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start adding these in here. I just kind of grab them with my knife, grab these up like this. And I'm adding about a half a cup. You can certainly add more if you want to. You can go light on it if you wanted to. But for this recipe, this works out really, really well, and I really like this. So as you can see, I'm gonna just start folding those in. I'm not gonna smash them up, I just wanna fold those in. And as you can see, just from the jalapenos, the color on this is amazing. Now, at the start of my video, I mentioned that this little sauce can be more than just something that you are adding to any sort of fish or salmon or whatever fish that you're serving. I mean, heck, if you want to serve this with fish, fried fish or fish and chips, it's perfect. You can even dunk your French fries in there. But this is something that is super easy and it's super flavorful. You can even add this to a salami sandwich or an Italian sandwich. This will give your sandwiches, something a little bit more exciting than just mayonnaise and mustard. So, go ahead and add it from there. Now, if you're gonna be serving this with your fish, go ahead and you're gonna just go ahead and add this right to, there you are. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I got my dill right here. You actually can go ahead and just garnish with a little dollop or a little wedge of jalapeno slice on top of this. But for this one, I'm just gonna go a little bit light. I'm gonna take some of my dill that I have here, and I'm just gonna do a little, and there you go. This is the perfect garnish for your fish dishes. This is something you can make ahead of time. I made a lot. You can double this recipe if you wanted to. You can actually cut this in half if you don't need it. But what we do is I do the half a cup of the mayo. I do the tablespoon of the ground Dijon mustard and the spices and the lemon juice. I do that whole thing because I want to have leftover, because maybe tomorrow I'm going to have some leftover chicken or something. I can put this down on the bread, put the chicken on there, and I'm good to go. I got my sweet, I got my spice, I got everything that I need to have an amazing lunch, and maybe even make some little sliders, pan out some Hawaiian breads, put this down, put some ham and cheese on there, throw the tops back on, kick it up in the oven with a little butter brush topping, put those in 15 minutes. You get some sliders that are to die for, and people will be coming back and back and back and back for that. So this is not only a tartar sauce, this is a spread that will keep you it's savory and it's amazing. So that is pretty much the recipe today, everyone. Please, of course, subscribe to our channel. Every week I do ask you can subscribe. It really means a lot, and we do appreciate it. Comments on this recipe would be greatly appreciated. And of course, like on Facebook and like on Instagram, do all the thumbs up and the following and the likes and all that stuff. Now, if you're interested in buying any Sonya Sweet and Spicy, definitely check the website, because you'll see the list down here, sonyasweetspicy.com/shop. And believe it or not, even though I said I was going to take the sale price off last month, I went ahead and kept it on. But as you know, I was supposed to keep that price only till $10 until July, and now July is come and gone. So this price, $10 a jar, you can buy by purchasing by the case, but of course I would love for you to go to our retailers because our pricing for the regular retail price will be going up soon. So there we go. Have a great rest of the day. I would like to hear what you're using this recipe on. I would love to see photos of the fish that you are putting this on, the sandwiches, the subs, the dipping, whatever you got going on, French fry dips or whatever. Let me know. Sonya Paz, Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Kitchen. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and peace out, y'all. All right, let's get this party started. Ha ha ha.